Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Bad bill, vote no. We've spoken before about some of the effects of our policy choices on Apple Health. Of course, for people watching at home, Apple Health is our version in Washington of Medicaid, the hybrid federal-state health care plan policy program for people who qualify, generally poorer or disabled people. We are doing a number of things to affect Apple Health, the benefits available through Apple Health. And as we've discussed before on this floor about some of the other proposals, the net effect of what we're doing is diluting the pool of money and the resources available to people who need Apple Health, Medicaid for their health care. And, Mr. Speaker, this is yet another example of the effects of that dilution. We are pulling resources into new directions and therefore pulling resources away from other benefits that we could offer through Apple Health. And so in this case, these new mothers, women who've just had babies, have a sort of basket of care available to them for postpartum issues, including depression, as you've heard, and we're drawing some of the resources away from that basket of money available for those services. And why are we doing this, Mr. Speaker? Well, in part because we're extending Apple Health benefits to illegal immigrants in Washington. And that is some of the push and pull going on for what is a limited amount of money in the Apple Health system. One of the reasons I think we should vote no here, Mr. Speaker, is that this is a bad trade. Pulling money away from the basket of Apple Health dollars that are available to women who've just had babies so that we can provide them to other people, including illegal immigrants, is just a bad priority choice. And as we're going to be discussing in the days and couple of weeks ahead, our fiscal matters, our budget matters are about priorities. I don't think this is the right priority. Let's not do this. Please vote no. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, here we go again. This is a hideous and regressive proposal. Please vote no. Mr. Speaker, we had this discussion earlier when we were discussing the first pass at our operating budget and a couple other fiscal matters related. Mr. Speaker, this is a delay of a promised fix to a very broken piece of public policy. And we're here to fix what's broken, Mr. Speaker, but like Lucy pulling the football away from Charlie Brown, we are pulling this fix away from single mothers and poorer families, many in rural parts of our state, but frankly, all over our state. We're promising to them that we're going to end this regressive, and I would call it cruel, practice of diverting tiny streams of income to poorer families to offset the expense of TANF. And I mean, only Ebenezer Scrooge could like this budget proposal. I mean, my goodness. We've got a $73 going to $80 billion two-year operating budget, and we're really going to squeeze these single moms for $20 million? This is immoral.
Please say your point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It sounds to me like assigning who would like a thing that we are about to vote on is impugning members of this body.
The point is well taken. To the good representative, please ensure that your comments are directed to the policy and to not impugn other members or the legislature. Please proceed.
Apologies, Mr. Speaker. I thought I was impugning Ebenezer Scrooge. It's a bad policy. It's a bad policy to delay this promised fix. It's a good fix, and it doesn't cost our budget a great deal. We're going to keep talking about budget dust. This is truly budget dust on an operating budget that, like I said, may be $80 billion before we're done. It is strange to me that this is the kind of savings we're going to squeeze out of people who, as we've discussed before, are at the margin of poverty. In many cases, the people, and it's usually women, and it's usually younger single moms, who are receiving these benefits are often not the most down and out, but they're down and out, but they're right on the cusp of poverty. And the idea of this fix, which is not to rob their Peter to pay their Paul, is to give them the bump that gets them just out of the event horizon of true poverty. Keep them just above that limit so they can graduate from school, so that they can get their child support sorted out with a deadbeat ex, so that they can get to the place where they're not in poverty. And it just, again, it boggles my mind that this is going to be a cost-saving measure that we're going to put in place. It's the wrong priority. And budgets are about priorities, Mr. Speaker, and this is not the right priority. Shoot, next we're going to be taking money away from blind people and women who just had babies. Please vote no. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, a bad bill. Please vote no. What I'm asking you to consider when you consider a no vote on this proposal, Mr. Speaker, is the larger economy in our state. We are at the cusp, in many ways, of losing the economic growth, the economic vitality that we've had in our state for decades. And I believe that those larger economic trends will affect the population at the point here in this policy disproportionately largely. If you'll follow my logic, Mr. Speaker, when the economy in general is doing well, there are more resources, not all from state programs, to people who need the help because of disabilities, because they are aged, because of these particulars. And they count on the government program to be of assistance, to be sure, but there are multiple avenues available to them. There are multiple options. My concern about this proposal, and it being no, well, the reason I'm voting no on it, is I'm concerned that the larger economy is at a plateauing place. And those other options that are available to people with these disabilities will be fewer. And these benefits that the government does offer will, as a result, become more urgent and more necessary to those individuals. So when we make these decisions that affect not just the fiscal policy of our budgets, but people's economic well-being generally, it's a multivariable equation. And my concern about this proposal is, while it may seem like it's one part of a very large budgetary and larger economic consideration, it's going to be one of the flashpoints in an economy that slows generally because of other policy decisions that this body or others may make. So, Mr. Speaker, there is a disproportionate risk for these individuals in delaying or reducing the state government benefits that we make available to them. It's sort of like a game of Jenga, Mr. Speaker. Economies can fall because a piece that we take out, which seems not that important, sets in motion gravity that strikes some people more gravely than others. To mitigate that risk, Mr. Speaker, please vote no on this bill.